I can't hear you guys. Can you hear me? Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, you hear us now, Joan?
Yes, I do. We're live on YouTube, so you might introduce yourselves.
Oh, we're already starting right now.
Yeah, well, I started the YouTube because last time it didn't work, so I decided that I would start early, and I can always edit the video, but at least it gives a chance for the people who are on YouTube know there's a live event going on and be able to talk to you.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, thank you.
So
hello.
You're in your boat, right?
Well, actually, we're in Chateau, our friend that we've been working with that have been helping us on our project. We're in their boat today because we wanted them to be part of, we want to show their picture also that they've been helping us with the project.
Oh, good, good. And you've got your everything set up to play, right?
We do.
Okay, good, good. So tell me where you're at.
Yes, right now we're in Roatan, Bay Islands, Honduras. And we have been here since January 26, 2020. And we have been starting the project in March 2020 when the pandemic began. We were already fundraising and everything, even though we hadn't had any cases here on the island or in the Bay Islands at all. They still shut everything down and tons of people became unemployed right away and all the tourism stopped. And so we started fundraising right away and buying food for everybody just to help keep everything going, not knowing how long this would last. And then, yeah, then it just escalated from there and we just started even more projects and more projects.
Well, we'll have Jack Dunnigan from the SSCA Foundation is going to stop in and say hi. And we're streaming to YouTube, which is going live, and I'll bring some slides up and introduce you in the slides. And then I'll just turn it over to you and let you present your videos and introduce your friends and talk over your program. And then we'll have Jack join and talk over the foundation and some of the pieces that you're doing that maybe their work with the foundation has helped you do. I'm pretty pleased and excited about all the things you've been doing. It sounds amazing. I don't know how the people down there have been able to survive with all this weather, and it's still going on. I mean, the ground is soaked. You've got landslides from the most current rain, flooding. It's the rainy season, so all that flooding hasn't gone away. It's just gotten mushier, I think. Now, do you have people coming in? Can they come in yet? What are the COVID rules?
Oh, for the COVID rules right now, the maritime borders are still closed and they've been closed for all this time. So therefore, if the planes did start a month or two ago, the planes did start rolling in. So they do have some tourism coming in, but still so many businesses either went out of business, they're still closed. There haven't been that many cases of COVID lately, which is a plus, but because they're keeping the borders closed and keeping everything tight, everybody must wear masks, everybody must use hand sanitizer, they must have temperature taken everywhere we go. And then for as far as boats go, they did open up that they could have agents. They could come in with an agent, but they must follow all these strict protocols that we've been posting on SSCA, on OCC, on Facebook. I'll try to cover everything. But yeah, they're still trying to keep the pandemic, I guess, here under control.
Now, are they doing any vaccinations yet?
Not yet. Not yet. They said that we will see something soon just on the mainland, but we're, we're 30 miles away from the mainland where we are here. So see how that goes. Nobody knows.
Do you know what kind of shots they're getting?
We haven't heard it. Have y'all heard about it? No, they haven't said what vaccines will be given. We haven't seen anything posted.
Well, let me bring up the slides for the start of this. And
we'll show you quickly while you're waiting. We'll show you Paul and Sabina. Yay! That's our. Yeah.
Bring this up real quick.
Do I need volume, kids? Can you hear? Okay. Yeah. You can hear us, okay, right, Joan?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you just fine. So introduce me to your friends again.
Yes. Okay. Paul and Sabina are here with us today. There they are. Yay!
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, lovely boat. And let me guess, it's a catamaran.
It's American though.
Yeah. So their boat name is Chateau.
Say it again.
Chateau.
Spell it.
CHAT-EAU.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought it started with a J and I was like, man, I don't get that one. Okay. It's close enough to start. Got 2 minutes. So I'm going to start the webinar and let people to start come in, and it will be recording now. It's already running on YouTube. So let me start the webinar. That will let people come in.
Okay.
And we're broadcasting. Those are put to the registered people, but you are also broadcasting now live to YouTube. And that's got about 300 people sitting there.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you.
So we're going to sit here. This is a few minutes to let people come in. I don't see people coming in yet, but sometimes you don't see them. Here we come. Here we come. Some coming in. And I never see the ones that are live on live streaming. Give it another minute and we will start this.
Okay. Thank you, Joan. You are so organized. Wow,
You have no idea.
I do. I've seen you in action. You're amazing. You are amazing.
Okay. This is Seven Seas Cruising Association, and we are having a program on the disaster in Central America. This is Ultra's Clean Wake Project with Bill and Joanne Harris, who are our presenters. And this is for the Bay Island in Honduras. I'm not sure if everyone is aware of everything that's happened in there since between COVID and 2 hurricanes hitting this fall. The area has been fairly devastated and still is in the middle of COVID and the things that they have to do for COVID. We're going to let Bill and Joanne show video from Bay Islands in Honduras. That's where they're at right now. They're going to talk about their Clean Wake project. And they're going to share some video and probably introduce their friends on their lovely catamaran they're sitting in, which, by the way, has good Wi-Fi, I think, and light. So they are broadcasting live from Honduras, from the Bay Islands, Roatan, and it's a beautiful place, beautiful weather, a little bit rainy off and on. And this is sponsored by Nautic-Ed, SSCA sponsor. It's part of our Seven Seas University learning courses or programs. And Nautic-Ed offers online multimedia courses, testing, and professional training schools near and offshore. You can get free courses through SSCA. That's www.ssca.org. And SSCA member get 2 trial courses. So this is Seven Seas Cruising Association. I'm going to stop the share and turn this over to Bill and Joanne, and they will take over this presentation.
All right. Okay, so now we're ready to share our video. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, here we go. We're newbies, so thank you for your patience.
I see your screen.
All right. Just trying to get in here. What's happening here? Where is my doodad? 1 second. Okay, here we go. There we go. I got it. Okay, my files, videos. Thank you, Bina. Come here. Come close.
Bill and Joanne, I don't have sound with this. If you want to speak with it, that would probably be good.
Oh, yes. No sound. Okay, 1 minute, Joan. Let me see if I can get sound. Oh, why is it not coming down? How do I get it to show sound? No sound is coming.
That's because she can hear you.
Can you hear me?
No. Joan, can you hear us?
Oh. Joan, can you hear us? Can you hear us now?
This is Jack. I can hear you.
Yes, and I
Oh,
can
hi,
hear you.
Okay, I'll try it once more. Thank you. Okay, let's see.
Jack, did you hear the audio on the video?
I did not hear the audio on the video.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if I can oh, these technical problems. Thank you for your patience. Let me see if I can try something here. Share video again. Start now. Because it was working earlier just fine. Of course, right?
There's no sound. So why don't you talk it?
Yeah. No sound. That's so weird.
Why don't you just talk it? You can talk your slides.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear you now?
Yeah. You can hear me though, right? This is so bizarre.
No, she's not answering.
Oh, she can't hear me. Super bad because music is a super important part.
No,
I
we-
can hear you. Why don't you talk about the Roritan reefs?
Okay, you can. Oh, you can hear. Okay, you can hear me right now.
I can hear you just fine, but we can't hear you on the device that you're playing through. So
Oh.
just speak.
Right. Okay. Okay. So Oh man.
Just play it.
Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Turn the volume. Is that better? Is that better, Joan?
We don't hear anything besides your voice talking. You don't hear anything with the slides, no music
So
or
we,
anything.
along with the help of extremely generous donations from family and friends around the globe, were able to give back to the families in need here in Roatan. We have been contacted by many of you for details of how to donate. Thank you. No amount is ever too small. All of the funds combined change the lives of others forever. Okay, Joan, can I just take a pause just for one moment, please?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're just gonna try to see what's going on with this thing. Just one moment. What's happening? I don't know what's happening. If it works. You think it just doesn't have volume coming out of there? Oh, right. Right.
That's why we're here for.
Right. Yes, right. Right. Okay. So let's see if this works. I see what you're saying. Right.
I hope everyone who's listening is realizing that this is a challenge coming from Rortan. So I see Gianna Davis, I see Joy Carey, I see Scott Snyder, I see Teddy Lee and Thomas McDonald. I'm going to let Teddy speak if he would like. Teddy Lee is on as a participant. Now, Teddy and Muriel are down in Guatemala. So they have a similar project. So let's see what we're doing with the slides now.
Okay, is there, can you hear now what I'm playing now?
No.
Okay,
Just do it again.
okay, I'm gonna try it right now. See if you can hear this right now.
No, it's not playing.
Oh,
So let's just read the slides and you can go that way. Just read and describe the slides you see on the screen.
right. Okay. All right, is this better?
Just keep reading.
Okay. Oh. I wonder, Joan, if we should reschedule. No? Okay.
We've got 9 people here. Why don't we talk and share, because we're live on YouTube. And basically, all you're going to do is read the slides, the writing, and then you show the pictures.
Okay. We love to give back. Seeing the joy in the recipient's eyes brings us so much happiness. We always document lots of photos and make a video of the super fun project experience to share with others. That way, all the people that donate get to share in all of the amazing love and pure joy. 2019, we made school playgrounds, installed water systems, gave out Christmas baskets and Christmas presents, did fundraising and more in Rio Dulce, Guatemala. The Bay Islands economy is based on tourism. A summary of our recent Ultra Community project. We distributed the equivalent of 200 food bags to families in need, distributed 75 food bags and counting to families struggling to feed their families. We repaired several leaky roofs on homes and businesses. We helped local businesses struggling by purchasing food and drinks from them. We helped clean and maintain and paint properties of families struggling, distributed arts and school supplies, distributed stuffed animals to animals, and we fed and cared for and paid for vet bills for other animals on the island that were in need, rescued and relocated a peahen whose partner had been eaten by a crocodile. We helped prepare unoccupied boats for the hurricane season since they were unable to return due to the pandemic, created and installed a new playground, created and installed another community playground. We created a tranquility park with a wooden bench and meditation area for everybody to enjoy. We created a community walking, running trail also that we maintained. We provided education on recycling wooden pallets and other items to make furniture and painted them. Recycled glass bottles and plastic bottles to make musical instruments. Rescued iguanas and other animals that had injuries. We also started recycling programs with glass, aluminum, and plastic. Ultra Reef Cleanup, Ultra Beach Cleanup, Ultra Road Cleanup, and donations from Joanne's yoga classes all go to Ultra Community Project. We also planted red mangrove trees for the environment. We also helped with the conservation and preservation at the Iguana Reserve. We are team players and always love to get everyone involved in our community project and bring everybody joy. Thank you so much. And this is all that we're showing you, the reef and everything and all pictures. Right now, the community and lots of food that we also have been giving in the food bags, you can see, and helping children that are really struggling with their families to survive because everybody's unemployed due to the pandemic. And we thank SSCA for everything you've done for us because we couldn't have done it without your help. Thank you for the tremendous grant that you gave us, because it's allowed us to purchase food, help people with their homes, also help with we just had a recent disaster happen of flooding, so we helped with the people on their homes what we could do, and then now you'll see our wish list of what we need to get done to help them with their houses to make them much more stable. Everybody's super friendly here, always waving, always smiley, even though they don't have much, as you can see. Always friendly faces. And they struggle every day to put food on the table for their family. Thank you, 7 Seas Cruising Association. And thank you everybody out there that's watching today. We sincerely appreciate you. We are truly grateful to the SSCA team and all of the members who have generously supported our efforts to help others as well as the environment. We could not have done it without all of you and your help. We and the entire community thank you from the bottom of our hearts. More of the community here. And we thank the SSCA for giving us this opportunity and also the generous grant to have a clean wake project in the Bay Islands as well as mainland Honduras. And we have not been to the mainland yet, just because it's 40 miles away, but we will eventually get there. They just have a lot of COVID going on there. And we know that all of this work that we're all doing together change the lives of others forever. They're always filling our baskets, except for the food basket. Lots of families getting lots of food bags from us. And the food bags range in price. They could be $10 per bag, or they could be $20 per bag, depending on what's inside. If we start getting, frozen chickens and things like that, it gets a bit more expensive. But for the staples of rice, beans, flour. So Mrs. Cynthia is who has really helped us here. You can see her in this picture. She's really helped us to get involved in the community, as well as you'll see who else has also helped us to help everybody here. There you can see we made bottles, decorated bottles for Christmas for everybody. And there's us still in the baskets. Tons and tons of baskets. We even hand painted them too to make the bags fun and festive and lift morale here, because it's pretty depressing here considering everybody's out of work and they're all trying to make it. And we supported a family of 30 since March 2020 because only one person in the family is working. So we've been helping them, as well as, like you said, the 75 baskets that we've given out up to date and counting. So we're shopping all the time, shopping here, and appreciate everybody's help. We have environmental projects planned as well, which you'll see on our wish list that are coming up. We've already done some, and then we have others that are on our list. And the money that we've received have gone towards paying for COVID testing, medical bills, as well as food baskets, like we mentioned, helping people with their homes. And we cannot help everyone, but we can bring joy to as many as possible and make them all feel super special. And none of this would have happened without the extremely generous donations of others. The families in need, as well as the two of us, are truly grateful. Many of you sent the money you would have spent on gifts for each other, for your family, to purchase food for families in need. Thank you all from the bottom of our hearts for contacting us on Facebook Messenger. We have continued to receive many generous donations, and we sincerely appreciate your help. We've been doing fundraising here in Roatan since the lockdown of March 2020 to help many families in need, as well as environmental projects. We have also been collecting donations, used and new items to distribute to families in need. It is challenging during this time of COVID-19 since we are not able to deliver door to door. Many of our deliveries are just drive-by. We always wear face masks, we always use hand sanitizer, And just be sure we're safe and social distancing. We always practice this. Be sure everybody's safe. Of course, lots of great memories are being made here and meeting great people and having lots of fun. You can reach us at Facebook Messenger at Bill and Joanne Harris. Or you can follow us on Instagram at #YachtUltraAdventure. If you wish to see more of our Yacht Ultra adventures, please subscribe at Yacht Ultra One YouTube. If you wish to donate to our year-round Ultra projects for giving back and spreading joy, please contact us for details. And we hope you're enjoying this video and it's bringing you joy. We hope you feel the love. Lots more stuff in store. And these are the Bay Islands. There's always been need here, but even more since the pandemic is happening. And you may donate at www.paypal.me/SB-Ultra-Terror. We wish you happiness and health and send you great island vibes from Ultra. We love the Bay Islands and sincerely thank all of you for your consideration of donating. And we appreciate you watching this. We have lots more in store to show you what we've been doing here. Now it begins. We look forward to continuing all of these amazing community projects, and we sincerely appreciate all of your help. And we look forward to working with all of you in the future. But we'll post this on YouTube right after this meeting. We'll post this all on YouTube. And if we're not volunteering or exploring, we're always repairing Ultra. All of you cruisers can appreciate this. So this is a playground that we recently made. There's Paul and Sabina there with us. And this is the playground here in French Key. This school has been around for 40+ years and they never had a playground. So we saw a need and we filled it. So there's their tire swing and the frog prince tire climb. They have a seesaw, they have a tire climbing wall. They now have a community garden, which has the vegetables, fruits, flowers, and everything. And cheers to a job well done. That's a gazebo that we need help on. That's on our wish list. That is a teaching classroom, but right now in super disrepair. So we need help with this if we can get help from everybody out there. There's a seesaw. And right now the school doesn't have electricity either because their fuse box got blown by all the rain that we had. We had all the tremendous terrible weather. So they also need electricity in the school as well as running water. The water system doesn't work either. So we'll be posting more information about that. This is a fundraiser that we did in 2020 in the spring when the pandemic began. We didn't have any cases of COVID, but the islands were completely closed. So there's Bill making conch fritters for everybody. So we had a big party. We raised $250 at the first fundraiser that we did. This is the second fundraiser. And this is the very beginning. So all the money just went straight to buying food baskets and supporting that family of 30 that we were telling you about. So we went shopping with the manager at the supermarket and filled up baskets. And there's all of us together, everybody. You can see Paul and Sabina there as well. And Bill making up the conch fritters. That's the movie screen that we use to show movies. Local people that we know here that are still struggling. This business is actually closed down now. And they're always just eating the staples. We delivered, this is the peahen that we rescued that was, our partner was eaten by a crocodile. It was super serious. It was posted on Facebook. No one could get there because of the pandemic. So Bill and I went and got a lancha. And Mr. Sherman Arch, which you'll meet later on here, he took us in his truck all the way there as far as he could on land, and then we took a lancha to get it. This is a park that we made, and for everybody to enjoy, to be able to have meditation, to be able to enjoy the wildlife, because it's super important to boost morale in this time, as everybody knows, in pandemic, when everybody's in their houses, not able to socialize with their family and friends. So it's really important to keep everybody going. So these are our beach cleanups that we did. We've done several here with our quarantine, we call it. Paul and Sabina have been our quarantine and have helped us with so much. So all of this mess that floats in all the time, we have been cleaning up. You can see now the beach is nice and wide. Now we get on to the public park that we made. We created and installed a public park for all the people, like I said, who enjoy the wildlife. So now you can see better pictures of it. It's important to have nice places like this, as everybody knows. We also created a walking running trail for everybody to do. So we cleared, cleaned, and decorated and made an exercise trail because everybody needs to be exercising during this time, moving their bodies so they can be feeling good and happy and not cooped up in the house. So there we are, clearing, cleaning. We're always making stuff out of recycled materials. Many of you know us, we never waste anything. So we made, out of old pallets, we made nice tables. And this is the new school playground when it was born at the French Key School right here. So lots of paint. We participated with lots of hardware stores and lots of local friends to help us. It's truly amazing how everybody pulled together and made it happen. So, you know, us and our tires, we're always all about tires, recycled tires, like the playground that we made in Rio Dulce, Guatemala. Cool. So here we go, meeting more local friends, helping us out. Lots and lots of tires, loading them up, helping. Everybody's happy, always helping out. And now the cleaning begins. There's Sabina pressure washing. Oh my gosh, for pressure washing thousands of tires, it felt like. I think we pressure washed 55, 60 tires to do this project. So we made a wishing well. We made, this is the frog prince who's about to be born. We had a toy car that we made. We also made seesaws, we mentioned, tire swing. We made a zigzag. We made, there's more supplies. Yeah, sorry you can't hear the narration, but this is our good friend, Mrs. Gail and Mr. Derek. They donated a bunch of stuff from their place. It's an island shipping company here. They're good friends of ours, and you'll meet them on the video when it will have volume on it. And they helped us out by giving us a bunch of stuff. We also have a music wall that we made that we'll be installing next week. And we also made a xylophone that we'll be installing next week as well. So lots of good stuff, drums and everything we'll be putting at the school. So the kids, little ones and big ones, will now have instruments, which is they never had this before either in the 40 years. So collecting more stuff. Here we are dumpster diving, finding all kinds of goodies everywhere. No way, only trying to make something out of something, out of nothing. Treasures, and trash to treasures. There's the slide. We also made a slide for the children as well. There's Bill playing on the slide. There's the kids. There's Clarissa and Hector, brother and sister, that are helping us paint everything. Sabina, Paul, Bill. There's a ladybug. So what we did also, like we mentioned, we made gardens. So we planted fruit trees as well as vegetables, pumpkins, things that people can eat, because it's super important at this time for everybody to have food. So there's Bill grinding on the new toy car that we made. We also have a dragon tower climb that was made. There's a wishing well. There's we also made a table as well out of tires, so the children have a place so they could have their little picnics outside in the playground now, because now they have a new area. Super hard work. Oh my gosh. Yeah. This is actually the first time that Sabina and Paul are getting to see this video, because I made this video the other day. It crashed and burned 4 times. So then made it again, and finally it worked. So it, we just put the finishing touches on it actually early in the wee hours this morning. So everybody that knows all about this, computers can be challenging. This is Preston. He helps us carry all this heavy stuff. He's a big workout guy here, so he volunteered to help us pick up all this heavy stuff. You can see the big tractor tires that are in there. Oh my gosh, so heavy. And there's Paco there. He's also one of the family members as well. Everybody is family here, as everybody knows on island. So everybody's related, and everybody gets super involved and has a lot of fun. And it was just great. There's all the kids are all helping clean everything. And they all wear masks in school. They all have their hand sanitizer. They social distance in the school. School is just starting now. They just started a couple of weeks ago. And so they're super sticklers about safety, as are we. So we always had our masks with us and hand sanitizer while we were cleaning and stayed away from the kids and the adults too. Yeah, there's Paul. Paul's about to pass out. Ah, he's about to. I wish you could hear it. Oh my gosh, I wish you could hear. But we'll post it right away so you can hear. So Paul was taking a break because with his pickaxe you can see the rocks, and oh, it's so super hard, the soil. So we played games on their very first playground they've ever had. We played lime and the spoon and all these fun things. There they are. All the children are learning English. So later you'll be able to hear them singing their songs in English and learning their colors, and so great. So there's everything being born now. There's all the kids on the tire climb now. And now what they're doing is they're singing their ABCs, they're learning their numbers, they're learning the days of the week in English, and then they're singing nursery rhymes like Itsy Bitsy Spider, and they're learning Mary Had a Little Lamb and all these great things. But they speak 3 languages here on the island: English, Spanish, as well as we call it, some islands they call it Patois, some islands they call it Creole. Here they call it Island English. When they make a joke or we make a joke that we can only understand like one word out of the entire sentence. So funny. And sometimes they'll start speaking to us in this language and we're like, I'm not quite sure what you said. And they go, oh yeah, well, you've been here so long and we hang out with you so much that we think you're local now. So we said that's a great compliment because they welcomed us with open arms, and it's been super great to help everybody. So this teacher here that you can't see her in the screen because she moves around a lot, super busy. She has 3 classes a week, and then she has 3 days a week she's working, and so then she has 2 classes a day. And these little ones are 4 and 5 years old, and then she has older ones that are up to age 12 and 13. And this school, when it was originally built by Mr. Seth Arch, which is part of the Arch family, and he built it, like we said, 40 plus years ago. And it was just a 2-room, small little schoolhouse back then, and it's still the same now. It's been added onto. They now have a Spanish side it's been added onto, which we'll show you later. This is just the initial part because they have some other languages spoken on. It's mandatory to speak Spanish in Honduras for everybody because it's Honduras, Bay Islands. So this is why there's 2 schools. So you'll see side by side later that they're. So now they're happy. We made strawberry cake because it was pink. They wanted a pink cake for fun for the playground. We let them pick what they wanted. So they got a pink cake. And there's Paco making the zigzag. And Hector's digging the super hard rocks. He's only 12 years old, Hector. So helpful. This is the first time he ever used tools, if you can imagine. Never, ever. Here he is using Bill's socket set. Tighten up all the nuts on and bolts on the tire climb. Uh-oh, there's Paul sitting down again. Uh-oh, he's busted. He's not sitting down all the time, I promise. Promise. So the seesaw is born, and all the kids helped to paint it bright pink because they wanted something bright and fun. And Miss Sarah helped to plant all the flowers. There's a company here that's a good friend of ours, Yanni, Mrs. Yanni, and she donated all the plants, the beautiful blue days and the moss roses and several other varieties of tropical plants to be able to put in the tire planters. And then down below, you'll see where we also made a fenced-in area. And this is where the garden is for the herbs and also the vegetables to keep the animals out. We have on our list to get some chicken wire because they have those rabbits, the island rabbits, which are called Watusos here, but they're Hootias in the Bahamas. They also call the Goodies in Panama. So this is something that they have to prevent to get them to get. They also have iguanas here, but they also climb, so it's kind of hard to keep them out. So this is the car that we made. Unfortunately, we made it to be stable, and so Bill put square bottoms on it, and the kids decided, oh, well, we're just gonna roll it around. So this baby, one of the sisters of one of the students there, wants to ride on this thing, so they push her around on this thing, and it's so hilarious. But later you'll hear the volume. So great. And then there's the tire dragon climb in the back. and everybody helped sweep. So this is the gazebo that no longer is functioning because it's falling down. So it's 40 plus years old. So if anybody wants to donate for this project, it needs some lumber for sure because termites have taken over. The lattice work we don't worry about so much for the paint, but we worry about the structure itself. So we'll send you information on the gazebo. And what it is it's so hot in the school because it's made of concrete and there's no ventilation hardly in the 2-room schoolhouse. So therefore, this becomes the outdoor classroom, but right now, as you can see, it's in bad shape. So the safety hazard. So that day, we just swept it just to make it look nice and have the kids take pride in their place. There the boys are digging soil. There's the first garden that was planted. And now we did game. So we did a game. We didn't have any books. So we did put a cake mix on the top of your head and walk with it. That was the book balancing walk. And here they're playing another game that we had. And if they got to the race the first time, then they won the cake mix that was on their head. There's Mrs. Gale. She helped us a lot with these projects. We cannot thank her enough. She's the one that got us in touch with this school because she also went there and her kids went there. So it's pretty cool that it's, and then also her father went there. So it's all these generations that have been in this school. So it means a lot to this community. It is full when COVID's not happening, but because of COVID, it's just, as everybody knows around the globe, it's just brought everything to a screeching halt, especially in the education area. So there's more of our fundraising that we've been doing. But it's hard to do fundraising, as everybody knows, because of COVID. So we don't do these fun fundraisers like this anymore because since spring of 2020, things changed a lot. So with the help of all of you donating on PayPal like you have, we sincerely appreciate you and SSCA again for your generous grant that we tried to be as budget minded as possible and spent it on the, like I said, the COVID testing in the beginning. Now that's kind of gone down a little bit. The reef cleanups, this is super important because they depend on the sea on these islands, as everybody knows. So we picked up lots of plastic when the wind blows a certain way, and so we want to preserve the animals. So it's very important to take care of this. So we teach everybody. That's one day when the wind blew a certain way. That's one day. So it's super important to educate everybody here, which we've been doing, not to throw things in the sea. Too bad that on islands this happened. We did a program called Cruising Helper Cruisers that we created. This one person needed some expensive heart medication, so we held an ice cream social, and all that money went to him. This family got robbed, so therefore they needed just food, basic money to buy food, because they got robbed out on their boat. So we helped them. So helping cruisers was super important. This is another playground that we installed when we were in Rio Dulce. There's our quarantine team of Paul and Sabina that have helped us on everything. Every Friday, we made a plan that we would go out and we would support businesses because so many were closing down. And so we tried to keep them open. And so we just would buy drinks, we just buy some food from there just to help them and stay and show our support. There's our quarantine, Ultra and Chateau anchored together. Like sunrise there. We were up early one morning getting ready, which is the crack of dawn. Yeah, there's all the tires and there's the painting, all this brilliant colors. More paint that was that we worked out. Yeah, that was donated to us. There's tailgate full of paint. That's the school of ground before. Amazing. More painting, more happy faces, more joy. It was a heap of work, but it was so worth it. So you'll hear later when you hear the video, you'll be able to hear all the giggles. And we gave out food baskets also to the students. So this is a family that their house almost washed away. They need pilings for their home. Just the pilings alone and the hardware that goes with it is $500 US. But she's a single mother of 3. One has special needs. So if anybody can help with that project, not all the $500, we don't mean that, but just any little bit helps. You know, $1 helps as much as $1,000 helps. So it's all everything goes, as you know. So that's one of the projects that we have you'll see later in this video of this. There's Bill and Hector building the seesaw. Some of those kids never even seen a seesaw, if you can imagine. They don't even know what this is. So pretty great. Really great. And then there's the garden that we created. We put fencing all the way around it. Sabina painted it a beautiful aqua color. And we made a spaceship out of the inside of a washing machine, if you can believe it. I got a NASA space shuttle. There's Mrs. Cynthia getting her certificate appreciation from us. We love her. And there's Mr. Seth. He's the late Mr. Seth. There's the original teachers. Look at that. They're like 95 years old now. Yeah, so great. The playground is complete. Happy day. And the important part about all of this is that we always want to have fun and we always want to bring joy to everybody. And we're team players. So if you want to participate with us in any way, we welcome you with open arms. If you're here with us, we'd love it either way. Yeah, all of the donations, like we said, everything that we receive goes to the Ultra Community Project. And then this is the yoga classes, like we mentioned, lots of students. I've had probably 300 and something now by now. This is a business that we donated plants to because they were struggling and they needed plant cuttings and they couldn't afford to buy them. So from our Ultra Garden, we gave them. And this is, we planted red mangrove baby trees to create a future bird and fish sanctuary. And this is part of the conservation preservation program that we have going with the Arch Reserve here in Roatan. So you'll meet them later. We've got lots more going on. So they build boats here. That's how they arrived here from England a generation or two ago. So this fiberglass that Bill's pointing out right here will be made into a ring that these red mangrove plants will be put into, and then they're going to make new keys. And so then it will be a great filtration system for the sea and great bird and fish sanctuary for the environment. So it's a win-win-win. And also the more mangroves you have, the more protection you have from hurricanes, which we all know about that. And this is what we tied to, if you can believe it. This is what we tied to for the hurricane. All those mangrove legs are super strong. So this is the structure. We're going to replace that, and that'll be the mangrove. So this is our wish list coming up. You'll see. These are lobster boats. This just totally supports this whole entire community. They're all lobstermen or fishermen or in tourism. So this is Mr. Sherman Arch right here, our best friend here. He's so great, known him for years and years and years. And he has been so supportive and helped us find what we need to make things happen. So he's a pillar of this community, and we have helped him with his business as well because he's also been closed down due to the pandemic. So they're super struggling too because their whole family does the Arch Reserve of their animals and their preservation program. And more of the friendly people that we have here, as you can see, but see, they need new pilings too. It's just, yeah, it's super hard when they have flooding happen. If it comes true with storms and stuff, then they have to get help. So this little girl, she wanted ice cream and she hadn't had any ice cream. So we said, of course, we'll do ice cream. We're helping people fix their roofs constantly. They're constantly leaky roofs. So we're always trying to help this. And then we want to provide a safe snorkeling area. This is a 2/3 mile polypropylene line and floats that we need because you can see how right now the boats can go into the snorkeling area. We need a rope that stretches all the way across to prevent them from getting inside there. So if someone wants to help out with this project, that could be designated. You can tell us what you want your money to go towards. This wish list is a mother of 3 that has also a special needs child that also needs help. So just her home alone is totally unstable, which you'll see before and after pictures here. And these are the pilings similar that she needs. And the disaster you can see super, super bad that happened. So many homes had this happen. So this is just one person out of so many, but we can't help everybody, but we try to do what we can. Her baby girl needs help, like we said. So if you want more information about that, we'll be happy to help you, give you information. That was a water flood line. This is before and after photos when it was great. Another family had to move in because their family was totally washed away. And this is a footbridge. They also need some lumber because their footbridge across the creek also washed away. So if someone can help with this, we try to get the best pricing, of course, as we can on the lumber here. We've got connections here with friends. So the fishing adventure that we went on with Mr. Sherman to help him catch fish so he could sell it because he's not making any money right now at all. So that's how he's making his living, by selling for 40 cents, 40 limps a pound, which is like $2. Yeah. So then we also need more food bags to help everybody. So if everybody wants to help with this, these are resilient people, super hardworking people. They don't ask for anything, but right now in this time, everybody needs help, and we're here. So we find a need, super poor areas, as you can see, and they all need help. And some don't have electricity, so our one local family needs their first time electricity. They just need $60 for an inverter. We gave them the battery, we gave them the solar panels, but they just need the inverter now. So if anybody wants to help and they're into electricity and they want to help donate for the inverter, we'd love to keep you give you information about that. We rescued many cats here and dogs. And so we had this cat come aboard. Sailor wasn't too happy. And but we eventually got him to trust us. We got him fixed along with the help of Chateau. That's his new owner. Sebastian's new home. This is also another one. This is the tiny one that Sabina and Paul are now fostering. Her name is Jemmy. She weighed a half a pound when they got her. She now weighs 3 pounds. So she's super healthy and rescued. And then this is also $50 we need for each ring that we're going to make for the estuary mangrove project. It's $50 for each one of those fiberglass rings. So if anybody wants to help with that environmental project, we'd welcome their help. And a big thank you to the SSCA and all of you around the globe for helping us. We could not have done this without all of your help. And we sincerely appreciate you helping us with all of our projects. We thank you from the bottom of our heart. Oh yeah, I have to show Jimmy. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, it's coming. The next slide is coming. Thank you for your patience. If you want to donate, it's www.paypal.me/SV-Ultra-Harris. And again, we're truly grateful to all of you SSCA members and SSCA team for helping us, and all of you friends and family and everybody out there that's been so generous. We thank you so much. You'll never know how much this means to us. Unbelievable how you change the lives of everybody forever. And there's the kids. They all appreciate everybody's help. And thank you so much for all of your support. And we are super happy to share with all of you the work we are doing here. All of us working together can change the lives of others forever. Thank you so much. We send you big hugs from us here in Roatan. And we look forward to chatting with all of you later. And we hope you enjoyed this video and it brought you joy and made you feel inspired to help everybody and this time where everybody is coming together. Thank you so much. Be safe, be happy, everybody, and be healthy. Okay, Joan?
Okay, do you want to stop? We'll have you stop sharing.
Yes, okay, let me, you know me, I'm so newbie at this. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Stop sharing, go back to Zoom. Okay, I can see Jack right there. Okay, here we go. All right, and start video again. Okay, we're here.
Okay, I have a few questions, and I know that Jack would like to talk a bit on your programs. The schools, the children are back in school. Were they out of school for a long period of time, or you have some kids in school? What are the others doing? Are they just not going to school?
Yeah, well, that's some are in Zoom if they can afford the internet. They are in school only by Zoom. Other ones can't afford it, like some of those children that came in and out, they don't have, in the video, they don't have any school at all because they can't afford the internet. So they don't have Zoom at all. The schools were closed, like I said, till they were closed. I think they just opened up just after, like at the end of February, they opened up, but they're super small, like skeleton style groups that they have, because they can't have that many kids. They've all got to be social distancing. But yeah, a lot of the schools, like I said, are still closed. But and they're doing Zoom only if they can afford it, and that's all. So basically, there's so many kids just running around all during the day. You just see kids like everywhere, and normally they were in school, and now this is the problem that we've been trying to help the morale, help everybody to be not getting into trouble. Because what do they say? Idle hands, idle minds. It's not so good. So we're trying to make things fun, and the community is actually allowed. The school has allowed the community up there in French Key to be able to come to the playground, which has been great because and they get exercise, they have fun, they all wear their masks, they can be with other kids, and not just be trapped in their home or walking on the street or getting into trouble, like things like this.
That's a real problem. I don't think a lot of us in some of other countries who don't think about the internet capability. I know Tuddy's here, he's muted himself, but they down in Guatemala, same thing there. You don't have Zoom. You may have it in some places, but that's not the way you can teach children. They don't have the money for it. It's a real,
Yeah, or electricity for that matter.
electricity.
Some of these people don't even have electricity.
you know, what about clean water?
Clean water, yeah, the clean water is not here. They don't have clean water. They must buy these big 5-gallon jugs of water or just bottles of water because yeah, they don't have clean water. Everything out of the tap is not good. And if they have a cistern, it's also not clean because they have breaks in it. It's, you know, the cracks and everything, and contamination gets inside. So clean water is a huge problem. Yes, and this is another project that we have on our list too. But it's so big. There's so much, as everybody knows. There's so much need. So we just have a wish list, and yeah.
You'll just have to prioritize. I mean, the food is critical. Kids,
The food is super
schooling,
critical.
yeah, school water is critical. School supporting schools critical. Getting them back into school critical. Jobs critical. I mean, there's more than just one organization can do. Do you see any NGOs like Oxfam or anyone else coming in to help?
We haven't seen any of this at all. Nothing at all. We haven't seen. We've also given money to like families that didn't have internet. You know, we've given some scratch off cards and stuff like this, or top ups, money for top ups, so they can keep their kids in school. But yeah, so this has been hard. But we haven't seen any relief like this. No, ma'am, we have not.
Is there any relief in the mainland? How's the situation there? Is that worse?
The relief in the mainland, this is why we have not been there, is because they had the hurricanes hit there and people came to help, but then the problem is they're going from village to village to village to village. I think you and I talked about this, and they're passing the virus from village to village to village, even though they're trying to help and volunteer and this and that, but the hospitals are full up with COVID there. And so it's a double-edged sword. So the relief there has gone down tremendously because the medical professionals were just like, can you please, thank you for volunteering, but we need to just get a handle on this. So they still have a lot of need there. And they're 40 miles from us, and it costs like $60 for the ferry round trip to go over there per person to go over there. And then you have to get transportation once you get over there. Or a plane is $225, I think, round trip to go to the mainland from here because it's far. And they just got a ferry between these islands, if you can believe it. Some of these people had never been to the other island. If they're on Roatan, they've never been to Utila, Guanaja. Utila never been here. They just got a ferry like 6 years ago. It just goes between the Bay Islands, much less across the mainland.
Well, it sounds like you probably don't want to go to the mainland right now. I mean, that doesn't sound to me like a good solution. Then COVID testing. Tell me about what COVID testing they're doing there, and how are you treating COVID if someone gets ill with it there in the Bay Islands?
Right. For COVID testing, they're doing both tests here, but it's super expensive. This is why it's been really hard for us to help with this, but we tried to help as much as possible. The two tests, one test was $50 to get the rapid test. However, if you want the PCR test, it was $325 US. to get this. And the people don't have it. So therefore they're
Oh.
living with 20 people in a house and somebody's got it and then everybody gets it because it's just, yeah. And then they can't afford to get tested. So nobody knows, yeah, who's got it, who doesn't have it. And to be able, for us to be able to afford to try to help this or to have an organization help, it's $350 just for one person.
Yeah.
It's super
Now,
expensive. But
if someone gets sick and they have COVID, is there a hospital?
yeah, there is. Well, yeah, there's hospitals. It's pretty basic here. It's an island, so it's really, really basic. But they do have the community got together, and so there is like a clinic, hospital, makeshift thing that they have here, and they had patients in and out, in and out, and so the just volunteers from the community were trying to help just because they couldn't provide food for them, they couldn't provide medicine for them, they didn't have it. Because medicine, it wasn't here. They don't have any medicine here. And answer your question, they don't have it. They've just been doing rest, nutrition, some, the old, what is it? Yeah, anyway, the bush medicine, all this stuff. So they're having eucalyptus in this big vat, and you just put your head over this to clear your lungs. And so they don't really have this, no.
Well, I'm going to let Jack talk a little bit about the foundation. We've been trying to explain what's happening to the outer world, which doesn't seem to be aware that anything like this is going on. I know it wasn't known for Tutty. I've got him. In fact, all of the attendees now can talk and ask questions. So as soon as Jack has a chance to talk or ask some questions and explain how something about what he's been doing to help you, then we could let people ask questions. So Jack,
Okay.
if you want
Sure.
to,
Go ahead.
there you go.
Well, thank you, Joan. And thank you, Bill and Joanne, very much for everything that you're doing. It's really a privilege from the standpoint of the foundation to be able to offer a little bit of help and to try to bring a little bit more of attention to what it is you have going on down there and what the needs are and what you and the cruising community are trying to do to respond to them. We think it's important as a part of Clean Wake to be able to give back a little bit to the communities, not just because it's a good thing to do and the right way to treat people, but it's also a good way to send a message to these communities that cruisers care and cruisers can be a help and can be make good contributions to the areas and hopefully can continue to be welcomed. So, you're doing wonderful work, and thank you very much for your passion and for your patience and your commitment. I'm going to be getting back in touch with you sometime in the next week or so to talk about the grant and how we can finish up on that. And I'd be very interested in talking some more about some of the projects that are on your to-do list and see what can happen with those. So from our standpoint, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be able to try to help, and it's fulfilling from our standpoint to be able to see what you can do and to see that we can help. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for all of your help. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you very much, Jack. The SSCA Foundation is a 501c3, and we reached out to them when we realized the needs that they had in these communities, both in Honduras and Guatemala. And they stepped up to the plate and have been helping in the best ways they can. We're not rich, but we're trying. And we're also trying to advertise the needs and get the word out to the outside communities, so maybe they can help the Tutty Lees, the Muriel Lees, the Steve Elliott's, the Friends of Rio Dulce, Guatemala, the Ultra, the Bill and Joanne Harris team. We have Amanda and Patrick Hardwick. We have Thomas McDonald. Is it Gianna Davis, Joy Carey, Scott Snyder, and Tutty Lee? If any of you have any questions that you would like to ask, this is the time to ask them. You've all been allowed to turn your speakers on, so if you'd like to talk, you're more than welcome. I see Thomas has a hand up. Is there something?
Hurricane Tom, we hear you.
Yeah, so Thomas McDonald is there, but I don't know, maybe he's not listening. And do you know Gianna Davis?
Deanna Davis, welcome.
And Joy Carey is in Mexico. And Scott Snyder
Yeah, Scott, we talked to him today. Hi, Scott.
and Tutty is Lee, and they've got some gremlin issues down there in Guatemala. Not so
Hi,
much.
Sandy. Hi, Muriel.
So if anyone has any other questions or thoughts, I know that we will post a video. And Bill and Joanne, I'll get a copy of the video from you, and we will post it on YouTube. And I can integrate it in and edit and use it for making a production for you, so that we get more words out, more attention to your needs. And I know you'll be talking to Jack this week. Bill, thank you so much. And Joanne, thank you so much. And you have your friends there.
Yes, we want to introduce you. Yes, right.
It's so good to see you.
Hi, Amanda. Yay.
Hi. So good to see you.
So good to see you too. So this is I'm gonna turn it to yeah, there they are right here. Our quarantine is here. And their kitty cat's there.
Great. Well, we're
yes.
looking forward to the YouTube so we can refer our friends to it. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
we apologize for the no volume. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but we're in the island, so I guess this is what happens is sometimes the stuff works and sometimes it don't.
well, we'll post this, Amanda. We'll post it on the SSCA YouTube channel.
Good.
And I'll put a link up. I have all of your emails from registering, so I can send that link to you, and you can send it to whoever you want, because
Oh, well, I think it'll be hopefully a much wider group of people that know about it and can donate.
can help.
And help, absolutely.
And I'll say one thing. I know that we're going to try to encourage Bill and Joanne and maybe Friends of Rio Dulce to become nonprofit or some sort of organization. But Jack, the SSCA Foundation, is actually a 501c3. So they're able to send their funds through, and it's tax deductible. But that's a goal that I think that anyone who helps in some of these areas needs to develop a program like that. And I'm going to encourage Bill and Joanne to go on Patreon and put their videos up there. We've been working on that. So that would be a way of a subscription service, so that these projects can be self-sustaining. None of us are rich, but we can all help the best ways we can. Jack, would you like to say good night?
Joan, I'd like to say something about the school system here. It's a public school system. They also have some private school systems, but primarily it's public. But for a student to go to a public school system, they still have to pay money up front to allow the child to go to public school. So even though it's public in the United States, we think it's free education, but it's not here. So when they say it's public, every one of these children that you saw in the video, their parents had to pay, or family had to pay money for that kid to go to school. So the pandemic has caused unemployment, and where do you get the money to put the child in school? So it's very difficult.
Wow.
How much do they charge for a child to go to school?
It varies according to how they can get help. If that school has also been trying to get help from like teachers afar or people that want to help through whatever organizations that the teachers or the friends of teachers, everybody belongs to. They're trying to get help. But so I think it's $35 because what they're trying to pay for electricity for the school, if they even had it, but they don't have it now. Water for the school, water consumption, and for the teachers pay because she's got to get paid, and it's just goes on and on and on. So so we're trying to sponsor children. So there's a lot of sponsored children as well too. Yeah, the average wage here ranges from $10 US. And if you're really, really good, maybe you'll make $300 US a month.
And the $35 is for a child for a month at school.
Child for a month at school.
By any chance, do you have a list of the groups that are providing support for those children going to school?
I don't have that, but the teacher would have that.
That would be a good thing to have, is to know who's actually in there really helping.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and know what they're doing. We're finding more and more that there's a lot of taking and sometimes not a lot of giving.
Right.
At least it doesn't seem to get where it's supposed to get, but I'm sure it goes somewhere.
Right.
But it would be interesting to know who the groups are that are helping. Maybe we can't shove a bunch of money that way, but we could certainly, as an organization, encourage them to be sure that they focus on your children in your school.
Yes, because
Not
I
to-
know.
Not to pat ourselves on the back, but our little program, 100% of that money goes to the food, or 100% goes to
Right.
children, or to the playgrounds, all that. When you send it to, I shouldn't maybe say this publicly, but if it goes out to government, sometimes there's sticky hands in the government, and
Yep.
it never makes it. So it never makes it to the schools or to the activity, and that's just the way it is down here. So we think that the way we're doing it, it definitely gets in the right hands, and certainly quick. We were supposed to deliver 35 bags of food today. The driver had a conflict, so we couldn't do that today, which worked out just as good because of Zoom in this conference. But tomorrow we're going to go out and do that with the help of Paul and Sabina, and we're going
Yeah.
to
They've been recruited for everything. Everything we do, they're doing with us, and we could not have done this without them. We just have to give a shout out again, because Paul and Sabina have been a force, awesome, to come with us and help us do everything for all these many months. It's been great.
we're anchored out together in the harbor, and they really can't go anywhere because they're locked down in COVID anyway, so they can't leave anyway. We got them by the whatever. We got them here.
Like quarantined assistants. Anyway, I
Exactly.
thank you all very much. Jack, thank you so much for attending. Tutty, I can't say enough for what you're doing there in Guatemala. You're very patient listening here. And all the other attendees, Amanda and Thomas and Steve, and it's really appreciated. And we will be talking to you later. I want to thank everyone, and I will say good night.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
Joan.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Bill and
everybody.
Joanne.